A day in advance of the competition of Eurovision in Italy, in Turin of 2022, I'm predicting Cornelia Jacobs is the winner. Hence that little thing that I've made up, and it says Eurovision winner. And this is the official video of Cornelia. At the moment it only stands at 30,000 views, but I think after she wins the competition tomorrow night, and it's actually, yes it is tomorrow night, because I'm doing it a day in advance. I have to keep up with myself. So Cornelia will have millions of people following her, trust me. She's got some amazing songs, and for example, she's got Dream Away on YouTube and others. You need to start following this wonderful young woman and artist. She's got a huskiness to her voice, she's got a stage presence, she does things in her own way. Some say it's quirky, I say it's just Cornelia doing her thing. A little bit of background on the artist herself. It is a bio channel after all. Her full name, Anna Cornelia Jacobs' daughter Samuelsson, known professionally as Cornelia Jacobs, I think that's much better, is a Swedish singer and songwriter. She's the daughter of the Poodle singer Jacob Samuel, and she started her career as a member of the girl group Love Generation. Now she's gone on to do, away from Love Generation, this solo act, and she went forth for the competition in Sweden for Eurovision, and with 146 points she won. She'll now represent Sweden in Turin in the Eurovision Song Contest. I didn't have her as one of my predictions, top 5, and I've done 5 predictions, and into the final 4 of them have gone. This will be the 5th, because it was my partner that pointed it out and said that he particularly liked it, and I was listening, and I have to say, and I'm going to take a very deep breath because he's right in front of me doing his work. We work from home. It's a case of he was right, I was wrong. And I have to say it's one of the ones that escaped me. But when I was in the kitchen listening away, I thought I've got to have a proper listen to this, sit down and reaction. And that's what I'm doing now. So before you say you've heard it before, I haven't. I heard elements to it and I loved what I heard. And I honestly think she's going to walk away with it in Turin. So all the predictions about her have been out there. All the reactors have reacted already, but I've come along hopefully as the first to prove myself after so many years as a music reactor and say this is my prediction for 2022. She's going to hands down walk away with the title. Incredible song, incredible presence about her. The images are there. Let's listen to it. I have the lyrics in front of me, and as always I don't speak during the video. This is the official video, not the Eurovision, because tut, I was blocked and I had to remake this video. So I'm back with the official video, so it was meant to be, I think, and my breakdown of the lyrics straight after. So second time lucky for me, and first time lucky for you. If you've only just heard it, you're going to enjoy it. Take it away, Cornelia Jacobs.
No need to apologize, 'cause there's nothing to regret. Well, this is not what I wanted. Guess all the good things come to an end. So baby, bye-bye, wish you the best. But most of all, I wish that I could love you less. Or maybe you're right, I'll find someone else. You say it isn't me, but when did that ever help? Hold me closer, although you leave before the sunrise. I'll be bleeding, but don't you mind, I'll be fine. Oh, it kills me, I found the right one at the wrong time. But until the sunrise, hold tight, hold tight. Maybe it happened too fast. I guess that I understand. You say that you never felt this way for anyone, and that's bye, though it's for the best. Still I can see how that would ease the pain in my chest. Hold me closer, although you leave for the sunrise. I'll be bleeding, but don't you mind, I'll be fine. Oh, it kills me, I found the right one at the wrong time. But until the sunrise, could you just hold me tight? I know I have to let go, but just give me the night. Cause tomorrow will hurt really bad. Cause I'm about to lose the best I ever had. Hold me closer, although we leave for the sunrise. I'll be bleeding, but don't you mind, I'll be fine. Oh, it kills me, I found the right one at the wrong time. But until the sunrise, could you just hold me tight? I know I have to let go, but just give me the light. Can't you see that you found the right one at the wrong time? It was just the wrong time. That's how I feel about you. How I feel about, how I feel about you. How I feel about, that's how I feel about you. How I feel about, how I feel about you. How I feel about, how I feel about.
Right to the very last note of that video, I kept it going. That was phenomenal. And simplicity at its best. There was just her, the dancers, the wall. And that was the emotions the dancers portraying, the inner emotions, banging the head against the wall because of that. But the lighting effect at the end was very good as well. And on the stage in Turin in the semi-finals, she blew it away. She really did. And I got to give credit where credit's due. And I worked in the Gaiety Theatre here as stage reception, and I looked after all the stars coming in to do their performances. And one of the things I learned was the technical side of things, setting up the stage, the people involved, the amount of people involved, and what it takes. But what they have done in Italy is phenomenal. And I use that word a lot in my videos because you can only use it correctly if it's justified, and it's so justified. Italy has always been artistic, a beautiful country to visit, but when it comes to showmanship, I have to say, Lara Pausini, some of the outfits are a bit. I don't know. Do they portray her in her best? But that's up to you. That's a fashion element. But back to the musical element in Cornelia and the stage. The stage has done each artist and given each artist that chance to shine, because the graphics behind them and everything else that they incorporated into that stage setup was incredible. And it took, I'd say, every last minute right up to the first show of people getting it right, making sure the lights were right. This must happen at this particular time. Pitch perfect to the second. Everything was just, as the lyrics went on for each artist, the graphics coordinated. That is technology at its best, and people who are truly professional. So I applaud everybody behind the scenes. Absolutely fabulous job they've done. And I'm so looking forward to tomorrow night's final. And this is the day in advance. And I am calling Cornelia Jacobs the winner. I have listened to enough. I have given you 5 of my predictions. Check my channel out. All have gone through to the final, except one. It's like what Conchita Wurst had said in the past. He said in his song, "Rise like a phoenix." And that is what 2022 is going to do. And I'm predicting it a day in advance to Cornelia Jacobs, the winner of the Eurovision Hold Me Closer. If I get it wrong, I'm not going to have egg on my face. But as a music predictor, listening to all that's gone on so far at Eurovision, her lyrics have meaning, have depth, they're not repetitive. Her simplicity of stage presence, because of her voice and her delivery, is what it's all about. It truly is. You only have to think of Sia's voice and delivery and stage presence. This girl has it in bucket loads. And this was the original video. So I was meant to get blocked by Eurovision and do this one and do it again. Let's go to the lyrics. Let's fly through them now because I want to keep this very short and brief. And having gone through the lyrics once, it's easy enough to go through twice. Lyrics, no need to apologise because there's nothing to regret, she begins. Well, this is not what I wanted. Guess all the good things come to an end. So bye-bye. So baby, bye-bye. Wish you the best, but most of all, I wish that I could love you less. Well, maybe you're right, I'll find someone else. You say it isn't me, but when did that ever help? So it's about love. It's about parting ways and still carrying the love for that person. But I feel when this song was wrote and when Cornelia was doing things, she probably had events going on in her life musically and her music career was taking off. And she was encouraged to go solo, and solo led to what's happening today. So it's reflective of her current state, and maybe at the same time the music had started to take off, she met somebody. So it goes to hold me closer, although you leave before the sunrise, maybe be bleeding, but don't you mind, I'll be fine. Oh, it kills me, I found the right one at the wrong time. But until the sunrise, hold tight, hold tight. Maybe it happened too fast, I get that, I understand. You say you never felt this way for anyone, and that's why it scares you to death. But to be honest, when you this thing about getting together and it happens too fast too soon, and somebody says to you, oh, you know, I want to back off now, it scares me to death. It's not that, it's just because they want to sleep around and have still lots of sex with other people. They don't want to commit. It's as simple as that. There's no commitment. Whereas you might be ready, the other person isn't. It's as simple as that. So it goes on to say, so baby, bye-bye, know it's for the best. Still I can't see how that would ease the pain in my chest. So she's carrying her side of emotional sadness, that the career's taken her away from the love interest. But the love interest isn't carrying anything away except, oh, you know, it was too quick, too soon for me anyway. Kind of. So, you know, you've got the yin and the yang going on, but they're not balanced. You go on to hold me closer, although you leave me before the sunrise. I'll be bleeding, she stresses, but don't you mind. And don't worry, by the sounds of the lyrics, that person didn't mind. I'll be fine. Oh, it kills me. I found the right one at the wrong time. But until the sunrise, could you just hold me tight? I know I have to let go, but just give me the night. So you've got Cornelia wanting one night with this person, just to say a final goodbye, a final show of how I love you. But for me, that's selling yourself cheap. You don't need one night with a person to have sexual relationship, to say, or sexual interaction, to say, look, this is how I feel about you. It should be enough that you say it. And if it isn't, you know what, you turn around and walk away and find somebody that can say it, because that person isn't worth it. But Cornelia's displaying, she's still hanging on. She saw something good in it and she's blaming herself. Self-blame is the worst kind of blame, both mentally and physically. And what I'd say is, put your energy into yourself and forget about the person. They've already walked away. Continues, hold me closer, although I leave you before the sunrise. I'll be bleeding, she repeats, but don't you mind, I'll be fine. Oh, it kills me, I found the right one at the wrong time. So again, self-blame. Again, oh, it's me, I found the right one, oh, and then my career, and it's all, oh, poor person I was with, and this happens. It's not poor anything. If that person wanted you, they'd say it, and they'd stand by you and encourage you in your career and get you to a point where you can take over and swing around and say, I'm in the leading position, the relationship now will get stronger because I won't be wasting my time on this career, I'll be wasting my time on you. Think about it. So it continues, at the very end, can't you see that you found the right one at the wrong time? It was just the wrong time, hold tight, hold tight. So she resolves her upsets by saying, I'll just hold tight to the memories, to the good times, and resolve the fact that my career took me away, and that's it. But trust me, Cornelia, reading those lyrics, if that's what you've written, the other person already had walked away and was quite happy to. And that is the state of affairs with a lot of people. But what is success then? Success is believing in yourself, doing the right thing, don't blaming yourself, and just putting it down to a relationship, simple as that, an experience, and continuing mentally liberated. That's my advice. So that's it, my analytics of the Eurovision winner, Cornelia Jacobs, one day in advance. Will tomorrow night prove me right or wrong? Time will tell. Until then, thanks for listening, like, subscribe, and of course look at my other predictions that are in the final. Which one do you think will hit the top? But I think I've already found the winner for 2022.